What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Peak Performance Engineering. I'm Brandon, and today we're going to be doing some more work this week on the 94 Mustang GT convertible. So stay tuned. So one thing that we had done over the weekend, I actually had the same lady that came out previously to polish the car. She actually came back and she did some touch-up paint all over the freaking car. She said it took her like 3 hours because there's just so many little tiny rock chips all over the front of the car. So she ended up doing the hood, the fenders, the front bumper, all that stuff. And it looks really, really good. The touch-up paint, we actually just ended up ordering off of Amazon. I think it was like 15 bucks. So she got that knocked out. And then she also applied a sealant to the body of the car. So car looks really, really, really good. Let me go ahead and show you kind of what else we got. So I don't know how well it picks it up, but yeah, so you can see, I mean, there was these like paint chips just freaking everywhere. So she did her best to color them in, especially like on the fender, just to keep it from rusting long term. So the hood will end up getting swapped out anyway. The hood probably had the majority of them, but it was good that she knocked that out because I'll probably end up putting this hood up for sale. So at least whoever gets it, the new owner, they'll have that looking really good. But car looks really, really great. What else did I do? I did a couple things I didn't film on camera. One was this awesome little stubby flexible antenna. So I feel like back in like the early 2000s, everyone freaking had these things. I don't see them so much anymore. But this sucker, boy, he was expensive. It was like $30 for that thing off of Amazon, but had a ton of good reviews. So decided to go ahead and pick it up. And the other thing I did, same thing, I got too excited and I didn't get to show you guys on camera, but it's a really simple swap anyway, was I went and swapped the original handle and the original, black shift knob with this Hurst handle and Hurst shift knob that I showed you guys before. So this is a pretty straightforward thing. You literally, you just pull the handle off, you kind of pop this whole bezel cover off, and then this ends up sliding up, and then you just have to disconnect the lighter. And it's 2 bolts to get the handle off, boom, pop it out. Now what I did on this one, I ended up reusing where the 2 bolts are. It's actually held in with like some rubber, like to isolate or keep from vibrating. So I ended up reusing that rubber. So this is still kind of secured in place the same way the stock one was. And then of course this top of the shifter boot only wants to rest here. So all I did, and I've done this on other Mustangs when I had like an 01 Cobra before, I ended up just taking it and I just literally slide it down to the bottom. So that way you can see now the Hurst, and the thing kind of looks cool. This is a little more bunched up, but still shifts just fine, all that good stuff. So this stuff's cool. I love it. It is super expensive. This was like $55 just for the stupid Hurst shift knob, and I think this thing was like 75 bucks or something just for this stupid chrome handle. But I think it looks awesome, feels awesome, so totally worth it. The other thing I started playing with last night was I've got some pedal covers. I didn't get to put any on yet, but I'll have to get my heat gun out for these, but just some pedal covers, some nice I don't know, what are they, polished or something, some polished stainless. But anyway, I'll have to get those all put on. All right, holy crap, you guys. So I had some rain outside, so I took a break on the hood, and I'm actually out here messing with these pedals. So I just watched a video on how to do it. So for the clutch and the brake pedal, you want to take these guys, actually put them in boiling water to make this rubber malleable to be able to pop it over. So those shouldn't be too bad. The dead pedal, you actually just got to kind of pry this top one off. It's just kind of held in place with the tension of the these 2 plastic pieces here. So then they say maybe you need a dead blow hammer just to pop it on. Easy peasy. But the hardest one is the freaking gas pedal. So I just came out of the car. You've got to literally like lay on your back, dude, feet up in the air, get underneath here. Up at the top of the pedal is the throttle cable. So you need a little screwdriver just to pry the piece of plastic outward, move that out of the way. And then I guess now what I got to do is there's 2 13mm bolts that actually hold the whole pedal assembly to the firewall. That'll pop right out. It should be real easy. Then I can get it to the bench and then remove, there's like a little drift pin that's holding the pedal on. So you got to punch that out and then basically put the new one on, pop it back in, 2 13mm bolts, and then get the throttle cable back on. So a little bit involved. The boiling water probably will help because I tried putting these on without any boiling water. I actually tried using the heat gun for a minute, but I can get close, but I couldn't get it all. So I think the boiling water should make that pretty easy. Well, wherever the actual aftermarket one is there. So, all right. So yeah, just a little tip if you guys are doing this, but we'll come back when we're done with this. All right, so here's the pedal assembly, just so you guys can see it real quick. So, so that's for the pedal. Pop that bad boy out with a socket on one side, hammer it down on the other, and then boom, we can replace with our new piece of plastic, and then just two 13mm bolts hold it in. And then up here at the top, like I was telling you, that's the little plastic clip. You simply just pop that forward, and then the whole throttle cable comes off real easy. So not too bad, just very confined, hard space to work in. If you're not physically fit, if you got some extra pounds to love, it's going to be tough for you, brother. All right, there we have our completed pedal assembly. So getting this thing back in sucked. So once you start to kind of get this thing in, you'll actually use a pair of pliers to push on the plier here and here to kind of get it started. Once you get to the end, once it was like basically starting into this side, I just kind of set it on top of my vise right here for a flat spot, and then I was able to just hammer it the rest of the way. And man, it took a lot of force, but plastic did not crack, everything worked. So now we just gotta toss her back in. All right, pedals are done. They look sweet, but holy cow, that kind of sucked. Link down below in the description. I think I got them from American Muscle, but I'll put the link down there. And I did put these into boiling water. I think I did about 3 minutes for each one. And you have a long time to work with it, so it probably took at least a minute once they came out of the water, just so you weren't burning yourself on the metal. So each one probably took me a couple minutes after. What I found would really help me was this little pick tool. You could also use a short screwdriver. This screwdriver was just a bit too long. So anyway, you just kind of get behind it, pop out all the stuff, and that works. So good, that's done.